We all know the story of Adam and Eve, or at least, nearly every Westerner knows it. The story goes that God created a garden, planted a tree in there whose fruit bestowed upon those who ate of it the knowledge of good and evil. He then created Adam and Eve in the garden and forbade them eating of the tree. I could spend hours discussing what a cheat that is, especially considering Genesis 3:22. And the Lord God said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat, and live forever." It is clear from this passage that God simply did not want Adam and Eve to become gods themselves. But I digress. The whole concept here is that Adam and Eve had no knowledge of good and evil before eating the fruit. In fact, the implication is clear that there actually was no evil if they did not know it was evil. They were naked and knew it not, and therefore it was not wrong, else why didn't God tell them to go put some clothing on? God had no problem with them running about naked before eating the fruit, so obviously, running around naked is not in itself evil. It is knowing you are naked that makes it a sin. Let's not mention that Jesus himself contradicts this entirely when he tells the man gathering sticks on the Sabbath, "If you know what you are doing, you are blessed, and if you know not, then you are cursed." But again, I digress. Isn't it just a little interesting how easily one can digress into more and more contradictions when discussing this so-called inerrant book? So Adam and Eve did not know good from evil, and God commanded they not eat of the tree. But how could they know that eating of it was evil? How could they judge the merit of God's command? How could they even know that God was good if they had no concept of good and evil? Basically, God is punishing them for breaking a rule they simply did not have the intellectual tools to understand in the first place. Not to mention that God is omniscient and already knew they would break the rule and planted the tree there anyway. Sounds to me like a setup. The question of evil has always been the hardest one for the Christian to reconcile with their concept of a loving God. But when you really look at the story, you realize it's not even the existence of evil that makes no sense. As an atheist, I believe in good and evil, and I don't need some book to tell me what they are, especially when the definition seems to change depending on who is committing whatever act. Murder is bad unless God likes you. A man loving and sleeping with another man is an abomination unless you are God's favorite. I'm sorry, I know good when it happens, and I know evil when I see it, and a set of rules that makes arbitrary definitions that change from period to period and person to person and tribe to tribe is one of the things I know is not good.